Their version of Let Your Love Flow. And it was like their entry music into our 2TM studio this morning. It's lovely to have Tania and Jason with us live here during our festival coverage. Good morning.
Good morning.
G'day, Sharnae. Hey, is it 12 months since we've been here? It's ridiculous.
I know.
It's crazy.
And I can't believe it's already day 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of the festival.
It goes quick, doesn't it? I thought last year went fast, but the festival always seems to go faster and faster every year.
I know. I literally feel like it was just the other day that you were sitting opposite me and we were talking about your show and also the Golden Guitars and everything festival. So, I mean, summarise 2024 for you both, because I know you had a pretty busy kind of touring schedule.
Yeah, we did. We had a fantastic year last year. It was a crazy year, I've got to say. Just started off hosting the Golden Guitars together and then going out on tour. We probably did 30 shows last year together, right across regional New South Wales and Tasmania and Victoria and all over the place for different festivals. And, you know, it's been a long time since I've been interstate and playing festivals and doing things like that. And, you know, to share the stage with 10 is just fantastic as well. But busy year last year, and I think this year's shaping up to be probably busier.
Yeah.
What started off as, we'll do a half a dozen shows together has turned out to be, almost 18 months now of doing performing and doing gigs and collaborating. It's been great.
And in amongst obviously working together, respectively as solo acts, you've also had a lot of, music come out as well. I know, Tania, I remember talking to you last year for Saddle Sisters, and Jason, you've had releases as well.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness me. It's been a lot crammed into 12 months.
Oh. Yeah, that's for sure. And last year, I think it was in March, I learned, on a side note, I finished my equine Reiki level 2. So now I do Reikiing horses.
Yes.
As well as humans, but, that was a bit of fun. But I think, and the odd hot-headed husband. Yeah. But I much prefer horses.
Yeah. And Jason, you as well, before Christmas, I saw in your socials again, doing it for rural kids.
Yes.
With your big fundraiser for Christmas for the kids.
Yeah, each and every year we we raise money throughout the year. We've got an incredible team. My mother-in-law Julie is such a hard worker for our charity. It's doing it for rural Aussie kids, and all year we fundraise and do what we can to make a dollar and to get a dollar from anyone who's willing to support us, and we put it back into the regional and rural communities right across Australia. So here in the Tamworth region's always been a big one. Incredible support. We've had a couple of fundraiser events done here last year for us, and we couldn't be more grateful for the incredible support from people like yourself for promoting us and getting a word out there, and as well as for the locals that jump online and buy music for the charity or to donate, and anything across the board is just really appreciated. So thank you.
And you had a Christmas release too, didn't you?
Yes, yeah. So I released a Christmas EP, re-released it actually, and added another couple of songs on there, Silent Night and a few others, and all the proceeds of that actually support the charity as well, because it's a Christmas charity. So it's always good to get a bit of country music feel and some, classic Christmas songs. So it's great, it really is.
And looking forward to seeing you both back on stage at the Capitol Theatre, because you both played there last year, was that right?
We had our show there and it was great success, and we locked it in for this year. It's a great time slot at 2:30 Friday afternoon, so that people can come in out of the heat into the air conditioning.
Yes, and it is going to be very hot by that time of the afternoon, especially now that we're back into these. I was saying earlier, the festival temperatures we don't necessarily love, but we certainly come to know and expect during festival. It was crazy this year because it was a little bit cooler at the start of the festival.
Yeah, someone said that yesterday actually, and I thought, no, cooler, what was it, 35?
There was people. I was hosting emceeing Fan Zone on the first day of the festival, and I looked out into the crowd and there was people with tracksuit pants on and jackets.
There you go.
January in Peel Street.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd see that all too often.
We got into town yesterday, but I'd been at home in Queensland watching the live streams from the park, which is great. Sit down after dinner and tune in, and it was terrific to see all the various artists. But I couldn't believe it last weekend, as you said. It was everyone's got jackets on stage, thinking, what's going on down there?
Yeah.
And you'd have some very fond memories of festival. Tania, you were saying you've got some fond memories of 2TM. John Minson back in the day. presenting Hoedown.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I believe 2TM's celebrating their 90th birthday this year, which is phenomenal. That's fantastic. But back in the day, you know, when my dad, Ray Kernaghan, was touring and doing shows and promoting his records, you know, you'd do a show, but then you'd come round the back of the building after the show and John would be on air and you'd just knock on the door and he'd say, come on in, you know, and any time of the day or night. I remember probably one of my fondest memories of, or greatest memories of 2TM was back in 1992 when I released my very first radio single, a song called I'll Be Gone, and I lived in Albury and I knew that Nick Irby was going to be playing it, but we couldn't tune in down there. So I fashioned this antenna kind of thing up through my bedroom, up onto the roof of the house, and I'd be laying there at night tuning into the scratches of trying to hear when Nick would play my song. And I remember it when it came on the radio. It was the greatest thrill, and I'm in my bedroom listening to the crackle of 2TM and, you know, I'm no longer leaving you, I'm gone. It was like, oh, this is just fantastic. Yeah, so it was a really great memory, and 2TM, I think, probably were one of the first radio stations to play that song.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go, yeah.
Pretty special, eh?
It is. And I genuinely love, as someone, you know, I haven't been here all that long, but, you know, just learning and chatting to different people and hearing their sort of stories and the history of this great station. It's certainly not lost on me its significance. So, but yeah, what a wonderful story.
Yeah, this antenna cabling, you know, that's plugged into the little radio cassette player and radio come cassette player, and up through the bedroom window. It's got to work. Yeah.
So, how many festivals would it be for you now, Tania?
Gee, I think I first started coming to the festival in about 1982. I remember playing here with my dad and my family when we had a show called The Cavalcade of Stars, and it was when Dad owned the big jet truck Waltzing Matilda, and we had our show out at the showgrounds, and Lee was playing piano, my brother Greg was playing the drums, I was singing, you know. I think I was about 13 or 14 years old and singing my heart out to Satin Sheets. But it was great, and we did a big procession. Actually, it was every town we went to on that tour with the jet truck, and we had 25 people on the road and a school teacher, and we travelled around for about 8 months of the year to different towns. But every town we got to, we'd have the cars and the caravans and the jet truck on the big Ford. It was a Ford Louisville, but it was towed by a white road boss truck. And we'd come through the main street and they'd have spruikers, you know, the Cavalcade of Stars, in town tonight, the Ray Kernaghan show. And I think that sparked the idea for the cavalcade here on the Saturdays. It was not long after that the council or the organisers started doing the procession down the street. Yeah, but we didn't know we had to have permits and all that kind of thing. We'd just get to town and go for it, you know, back in the day.
Oh, it was yes, great. Yeah, the good old days, some may say. Yeah. Now, looking at 2025, we touched on the fact that there'll probably be a lot of, you know, touring kind of coming up again. What else, I mean, for you both, whether it be together as you know, collaborating or individually? What's 2025 looking like? What about for you,
Look,
Jason?
it's going to be a big year, and we're working together in 2025. We're working on some new music right now, actually, which is very exciting.
Nice.
So stay tuned for that one. But a lot of shows and continuing the Let Your Love Flow national tour, because there's so much of Australia we haven't hit with it. You know, we've done New South Wales, as I said, a bit of Victoria, a little bit of Tasmania. But we want all our, you know, followers, supporters right across the country to be able to experience the show, because it's just such a great show. You know, we get to sing some great songs, and of course Tania gets to sing her incredible original hits that everyone knows in country music, you know, and I bring a bit of John Denver back to life, as I have over the years, and my originals as well. So, you know, we just have so much fun with this show, and I just never want to see it finish. So we're taking it out to everybody, you know, so it's great. Sorry, Ten, but you've got no choice.
No, it's been a pleasure. It's great working with Jace too. He's, you know, it's a lot of fun, and he's, you know, just a phenomenal talent. There's nothing this kid can't sing, and you know,
we'll give you that $50 when we leave. No, thank you, Ten.
We do enjoy ourselves, and I think, you know, I read something the other day is about wherever there is love, you're home. And when we're on stage and getting up there together and performing and singing to the people, it feels like there's just so much love in the room, and happiness and joy. And that's what it's all about. I've been singing and performing for 30 years and more. And Jason, you've got such a huge future in front of you. But for me, it's about getting out there and just bringing the joy to people. And when they get up out of their seat at the end of the show, they feel like they've just, on cloud nine, feel really good. And that's what it's all about.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what festival's about too. Some of those really special moments, those shows that you see. I have a good friend of mine who's travelled all the way from Queensland in the South Burnett. It's her first ever Tamworth Country Music Festival, and I said to her, so what are you looking forward to seeing? And she likes a bit more traditional country music. She wouldn't mind me saying that. And so she was saying a few shows, and she's like, but the one I'm looking forward to the most, and she said, I've got my ticket and I can't wait. Come Friday, Capitol Theatre, I'm seeing Tania and Jason.
Oh, really?
Oh, great.
So she's really excited.
What's her name?
Val.
Val, okay.
Yes.
We'll have to make mention of Val there today from the South Burnett.
From the South Burnett,
Okay.
yes.
Wow. Okay,
yeah.
fantastic.
So she's excited.
Thank you,
Wow.
Val, if you're listening. That's great.
Yeah, well, that's really great, and the people come from all over the place, and there's a girl that booked her tickets today as well, and she's come from Queensland, but she's been to our shows in Griffith, Wagga, Tuncurry. She just pops up all over the place. It's like, it's amazing.
She's doing the tour with you.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But that's wonderful, and
is.
as I said before, it's just, you just want to make people feel really good and bring the joy, and that's what it's all about for us.
So to stay up to date, if people want to follow the journey as well, is it just on your sort of individual socials, you sort of post the dates and times for when the tour's on and happening?
Yes,
Pretty
absolutely. Our websites as well. Obviously, Tania Kernaghan and Jason Owen, two separate websites, Facebook pages, Instagram pages. We'll be keeping everyone up to date and announcing a lot of shows very soon. So
Yeah, stay tuned.
very exciting.
But get your tickets to the Capitol Theatre this afternoon, so 2:30 p.m. I've heard the air conditioning is absolutely fantastic there. So
there's a handful of tickets left, but we're looking at nursing now. If you're into maybe want to nurse each other,
okay,
we can look at that option. We'll just see.
Just share seats.
I'm sure the Capitol Theatre won't mind if we just bring a few people in, or sit on your left cheek for a while and then swap over to your right cheek.
There's the armrests as well.
Of course.
We could probably squeeze a few people. I don't know how comfortable that would be, but no, it is wonderful. So let's obviously sell those remaining tickets. Let's make it a sold out show. It's been wonderful to see how many sold out shows there's been during this festival. So let's make this afternoon another one of those. But for now, Tania Kernaghan, Jason Owen, thank you so much for popping in. It's been a pleasure catching up with you, and look forward to chatting again sometime soon.
Thanks, Sharnae. You're such a great supporter too, and we really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
No, our pleasure. On 1287 2TM, our festival coverage continues after a quick break, and our festival coverage in 2025, all thanks to McDonald's.
Now that the festival is here, the 2TM team have decorated for the 2TM Live Lounge, thanks to Loungers Plus.